about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
I thought you were going to say LL Cool J, because LL Cool J went on Instagram Live, and you know he does not do that too often. He had some things he needed to get off his chest, and he had an issue with what somebody said. He wouldn't name the person, but we'll get to that in a second. But here's what LL had to say.
It came to my attention that a DJ, I'm not going to say any names because I don't think it's necessary, a DJ basically said that a lot of the pioneers in hip-hop are, they're dusty, or how can they be the person that, invented hip-hop if they don't have a lot of money, or if they don't look or represent like they have a lot of dough, right? Let me explain something to you. Don't confuse someone's ability to develop a business model. Don't conflate. In other words, don't think just because somebody knows how to get money or fails to get money that they didn't make a contribution to the culture. This idea that you have to have money or else you don't have any value is a bad idea, and it's a misinformed way of looking at the world.
It's facts.
Right?
He's absolutely
right.
right.
Right about that for sure. It's not about how much money you have, and you could be super rich, and that doesn't mean anything. And you could not have a lot of money, but have contributed a lot to the culture.
And also, some of your favorite young rappers are broke right now. They just look like they're getting money.
And LL got it. Just to put that out there.
LL definitely got it.
LL got it.
A lot of these young rappers
outside of hip hop, he got it. Like LL got it.
You can get on Instagram and throw on some designer clothes and stand in front of somebody's car and hold somebody's chain and look like you getting money. But a lot of these young rappers are broke right now.
Well, this is all in response, it appears, after Mr. C posted LL's comments as well as Akademiks Podcast comments. This is a response, it seems like, to Akademiks, who was on a Twitch live stream, and here's what Akademiks said on that live stream.
Bro, have you seen any of these old rappers who be like, yo, they're the foundation of hip-hop, really living good? Them be looking really dusty. I kid you not. And then none of y'all try to come for me, because I don't y'all either. So I'm just tell y'all the truth. Y'all be looking like, every time they be like an old talking about hip-hop, you be like, yo, bro, you sure you invented this? Because everybody else living better than you.
All right. Well, Busta Rhymes wrote on Mr. C's page, God talk, thank you at LL Cool J. Royce the 5'9" also said, man, people just saying anything at this point. You're the perfect person to please perspective on this one. And LL does his whole rock the bells, celebrating hip-hop and where it's come from. And so, yeah, makes sense.
I think I will say, though, at a time like this, more people will be focused, on their disdain for academics. But I think he does raise a good point. And how do we take care of these founding fathers of hip hop, these people that started this culture? I do feel like they need some type of pension. Like, they do need some type of union. Like, how do we make sure that the founding fathers are good? Like, don't focus on they're dusty and they look dusty part. Like, some of them aren't good financially. How do we make sure that they're good? Because, I hate seeing some of these brothers pass away and have to start GoFundMes and stuff like that. Yeah. So how do you take care of these founding fathers of hip hop?
A lot of them are
right,
are
and
not
the truth
good.
is that. And a lot of people didn't get paid. I mean, when hip-hop was a lot younger, those checks weren't coming in like they're coming in now with all these different possibilities of how you can make money. So,
well, not even that. That's right.
Unfortunately, a lot of people, when, hip-hop was younger, even 10 years ago, are not making money. They weren't getting paid for shows or for going on Instagram or for Twitch and different things like that.
The world's
and
changed.
Fashion Nova deals.
Yeah, the world has
like
changed. And like Charlamagne said, we need to create something for the founding fathers of the craft, because like you said, a lot of these people and a lot of these artists did it for the love. They did it because they love music. It was a way to get away. It was an escape. And yeah, a lot of people are making a lot of money now. But like you said, even 20 years ago, and that's just and that's in every field. You look at the NBA. When I know some of these players have to be looking at LeBron James and Steph Curry, like, wow, I could have never thought making $300 million over 7 years or 5 years or whatever it may be, because they made $8 million at the time, and $8 million was a lot. But now, these guys are making $300 million.
You just named the top tier. What about, no disrespect, like Rudy Gobert? He makes over $200 million in a 5-year contract.
You're right.
He's good. You know what I mean? But $200 million?
You're right.
Shaq ain't never made no $200 million in the NBA.
right.
Well, no, he did.
He did. No, he did.
But it took a long. It took a long time.
But like somebody like I'm sure Patrick Ewing or somebody like
yes, there you go.
I don't know. But some of the
like a
players
Patrick Ewing,
Scottie
Hakeem
Pippen.
Olajuwon, those people
I think
like
Scottie
that.
Pippen caked up, but besides them, like, yeah, a lot of them didn't make the money that they were supposed to make, but, things change.
Shaq made $286 million over 19 years in the NBA. Rudy Gobert is making $205 million over the next 5.
But things changed.
Things changed. That's right. It became a bigger business. But long story
All right,
short,
well, I'm Angela
how do
Yee.
we take care of the founding fathers? That should be the conversation. Don't focus on academics and being mad at Act. Listen to what he said, and how do we focus on helping the founding fathers? That's what we should be thinking about.
Yeah, and if you look at more of LL's live, he discusses that also. He talks about a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and he talks about humility and just be glad and be thankful. These pioneers helped create the culture. Let's show them love. Let's elevate them. Let's celebrate them, and help them get to some money, even if.
Oh, no, that's a very good point. I'm glad he did say that about being humble because, young men, we got to be careful. Young men and women, because truth is we all got a birthday, and you're not going to be young forever. Matter of fact, if you 30 years old now, you might be younger than a 40, 50, or 60-year-old, but you old as dirt to an 18-year-old. So when you talk like that, just make sure you put yourself in a position to never, and I mean never, be in the position of the people you was talking about because, boy, them tables can turn.
They definitely can turn. And I know we got to go, but before we do, I just want to say, So, and this is not an act, because Act probably doesn't understand, and this is a conversation, Charlamagne, maybe you should, or even me, because I'm a DJ, should have a conversation with him, and not a negative conversation, because when we were going, about 12 years ago, when we were going at Flex, right, and I was called, and I remember I called him, you old, and I might have said you old dusty ass, I might have said that too. Kid Capri called me. And Kid Capri was like, I don't mind, y'all going back and forth, but when you talk about age, remember, we all have an expiration date. We all grow older.
That's true.
And it made me think about it, and I never said that
Yeah.
again. And it was just a simple conversation. But, I was in war at the time, and I was saying whatever I could, but, maybe it's just an easy conversation. And, you know what I mean? And, yeah, sometimes these conversations you have, and I know you're cool with Act. Me and Act don't really speak.
That's my guy.
I see him when I see him, but maybe y'all should have a conversation. Not nothing negative, to break it down so he can understand it.
Yeah, me and Act talk. I definitely relay that to him.
Because Kid did it with me.
I'm pretty sure I've already told him that.
All
though.
right.
Like, you don't put too much stock in two things: youth and money.
There you go.
Because those things are very fleeting.
They can go.
Youth
Any
and
time.
money.
That's right.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Front page news next. What we talking about?
Well, since we were talking about the NBA, let's discuss Robert Sarver, owner of the Phoenix Suns. And he has announced that he's starting the process to sell both the Phoenix Suns and the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury franchises.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.